Hello everyone, this is Brent Clearman from Holdem Manager, and I'm going to cover all the basic filters in the report filter editor. Poker sites, game types, and stakes. Only sites, game types, and stakes that you have played will be listed here. Currency allows you to filter for the currency in which the hand was played. Playered from is good if you just want to see heads up, 6 max, or full ring hands. Use 2 to 2 for heads up, 3 to 6 for 6 max, and 7 to 10 for full ring. And then you can use yes, no, or any for antes. So let's go ahead and make a quick filter now. I only want to see my 1-2 no limit hands from ignition. I'm going to leave everything else blank because I know all of these are 6 max hands with no antes, and I'm going to press OK. Looks like I've only played 139 hands on this site at 1-2, and there's a good reason. Those stakes are a little out of my comfort zone for online. So let's clear this filter and go back into the filter editor and cover the common filters. Common filters are very similar to the quick filters we discussed in video 2 with 2 exceptions. The relative position and tagged hands. Relative position is a great filter to use. And if you tag hands, you can filter for tagged hands here. Let's go ahead and make a filter now. We'll say I pre-flop raised and c-bet the flop in position, and the hand went to showdown. Click OK and review those hands. Let's clear the filter and head back into the filter editor and cover position and action. Each position at the table lets you define that position as the hero, raiser, 3-better, limper, or caller. Pre-flop action facing the hero is what situation the hero faces pre-flop, while pre-flop pot is the more general situation at the table that applies to all players. I'll go ahead and make a couple filters now. Let's say you want to see how you played both blind positions in 3-bet pots. Select the small blind and big blind drop downs and choose hero along with 3-bet for both. Click OK, and your report now displays all hands where you were in the small blind or big blind and you were 3-betting. Let's clear the filter and make one where we are on the button, the big blind 3-bet, and there was one raiser ahead of us. Click OK and review your hands. Be extra careful when combining or stacking filters on this page because you may try to filter for a situation that isn't possible and you won't get any hands back. For example, there's no way you can be the hero, raiser, 3-better, limper, and caller in a single hand. You won't get any hands back. There are also other combinations on this filter page that will not return hands as well. Let's clear our filter and look at the versus player page now. This is great to see how you play against a single opponent. You can also filter out the small pots so you're just looking at big pots. Check the Use versus Player checkbox and select a villain. I know I played lots of hand with this guy, but we never really mixed it up. So I'm going to select where you won lost is greater than 20 big blinds. Click OK, and we can see we only have 3 hands against this player where 20 or more big blinds exchanged hands. Showdown and hand info lets you select yes, no, or any for seeing showdown, one hand, and split pot. The options above all use greater than, less than, equal to, or between expressions. And if you don't know what effective stack means, it's just how much money or how many big blinds a player has when the hand starts. So you might have a $100 stack, but a player might only have a $5 stack, so the effective stack size is $5. Let's filter where we saw a showdown with an effective stack size of less than 25 big blinds. Click OK, and we can review the hands. The date filters are pretty basic. If you use one of the filters, it will narrow your results by date and time. The one filter I use here the most is last. Most of the time I'm playing around midnight, so I'll set the last hours to 8 or 10, then I can see how I'm doing for my current session. Maybe you want to see how you played in the last week, month, or your last 1,000 hands? You can filter for those hands here. That wraps up the basic filter video, and in the next video, we'll be covering whole card filters for both Holdem and Omaha. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the tables.